Hey, and welcome to the last lecture in Unit 4, Debugging in Loops. So we're not really learning anything new today. Today we're just practicing debugging. Debugging is the difference between being a good programmer and a great programmer. Being able to figure out why something's not working is key and super important. And there's a lot of common issues with looping through a list. So let's go ahead and get into that for now. A reminder, debugging is the process of identifying and removing errors from software, logic errors, and language errors. So the language errors are usually a little easier to fix because Python tells you that. Um, you know, uh, for example, a common email that I'm getting from the students that aren't as far along as you guys are. I have a few students still working in Unit 2, and they will email me and say, I can't figure out what's wrong with my code. I'm getting an indentation error. That probably means that there is a indentation error on line 12 or wherever it says it is. So anyways, language errors easy to fix. Logical errors not as easy to fix. It's harder to find those. So what are some common ways to find logic errors in coding? Well, first off is using a print statement to show logic flow and values of key variables. Okay, this is super important and easy to do. Print statements help you find out where your problems are. For example, you have a loop, and in that loop, you're not getting a result that you want. So maybe under that if statement, put a print string, bunches of dots, and then comma, the variable name. And then when you run that, it gives you the opportunity to see if the variables are the value you want. Also, by putting it inside an if statement, you can see if it's even triggering that if statement when it should. So that's a common way to find these mistakes in loops and anywhere. Use print statements to find your mistakes. Alter input to make sure that the loop's working correctly. So if it's not, even if you don't see a problem, pull your loop out to the side and hard code some inputs to see if you get the outputs that you want, and try a few different inputs and see if it functions correctly no matter what input goes in there. Making sure lists don't go out of bounds past the end of the list. This is a common problem. So you say repeat the length of the list, and then you can't figure out why you got an error. Well, let's say you have 5 things in the list. What's the length of the list? 5. What is the 5th index of that list? Right, doesn't exist. It's an error. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's only 4 things in that list. So make sure that you are properly sorting through your lists, going through your lists. And like I said, nothing new, just a little bit of debugging practice is what today's all about. So what I want you to do is look at this code. Just look it on your screen if you want. What are the bugs in this problem? Remember, a bug doesn't have to be a syntax error. It doesn't have to be a language or typing error. If it doesn't work the way it's supposed to, you've got a bug in your software. So go ahead, think about this one. Second one, same thing. Look at this code. What are the bugs in this code? Hopefully you can just look at these and find them. Just read through it and figure out why you're going to get a problem with these. Don't worry, these are on the REPL assignment, so you don't have to worry about pausing the video and looking at these if you don't want to. And then the actual part you're going to turn in, the Python part of this assignment, just type in those 2 codes, correct the bugs, and then submit them. That's all there is to it. Super easy assignment, and that's it for Unit 4. We're not going to do the Unit 4 lab project, I'm sorry, because of the time issues. But if you want to do it, it's just basically create tic-tac-toe using lists inside of loops. Let them play a game of tic-tac-toe with a friend, and when it's finished, ask if you want to play again. If you do, start it all over. So if you want to do that assignment, that project, shoot me an email and I will give you the assignment. But other than that, later in the week we're starting dictionaries. Dictionaries are super cool. I think you're going to like them. So that's about it. Hope everything's going well in your world, and we will talk soon. Have a good one.